Hey y'all. So last week I did or a week ago, I can't remember which, I did a video on the Gen 5, the FBI model Glock 19, which is maybe different in your neck of the woods, but in my neck of the woods it's like the ugliest kid in school. So the day's title is Ain't No School Like Old School. My favorite gun, or favorite handgun, the one that I would pick up and go through anything with, yeah, I'm one of those, 2 world wars, is the 1911. Now, this one is a Sig Sauer 1911, and it's one of the early models that they made. It is 45 ACP. The specs are still SIG's specs. It is just a simple single action handgun. Now, some folks do and some folks don't. I'm a big fan of anything with guns having safeties on them. The 1911 has, of course, a safety external, and it has internal safeties as well. Some people say, well, you know, if you know what you're doing, you don't need this. My answer to that is, then why do we have safeties on AR-15s or any rifle or anything? It's just safety is paramount. That's my opinion. Glocks have safeties, as we know. The Glock has a safety here, but I prefer a safety up here. I shoot just like I shoot all my handguns like I'm shooting a 1911. When you originally bought this gun, it came with some very nice rosewood grips. So those I took off and I put them in a plastic bag. This is a Hogue wraparound grip. As you see right here, you have your molded grip here. This is my favorite handgun. 1911s have always been my favorite handgun. I prefer single stack guns over double stack because they feel better in the hand. I get more of a purchase, and I have, I guess, small hands. So for me to shoot, it's just that normal feel. This is a very old light that I've had on this gun for a while. This is Insight Technologies. This is the M3. By today's standards, it's very much outdated, but I still like it. This gun was once my sidearm of service. This is my personal firearm, but luckily our agency finally went with all issue department weaponry, which is a godsend. The action on it is smooth as glass. It's had no work done to it out of the box as is, and it still has the original springs, etc. On a 1911, there's a lot more maintenance you have to put into it, which is for some people a big negative, but for me it's just fine. I have noticed that the tritium in the rear sight is going dead, especially in one of the vials. I have no plans on sending this gun ever back to have the tritiums put new in there again, and the reason why is because this is the best shooting, easy shooting gun for me. These sights, this gun, I would have, if someone said, you know, to make a acceptable shot at 50 yards, I would have no problems with this gun making that shot. So 1911s. You can't beat them. Many have tried. There's been, many a design out there that's tried to, but they've not been able to. I can only think of one gun better designed than the 1911, and that is the BHP, the Brown High Power pistol. I think it is actually a better designed gun than the 1911. Now I'm referring to age. This design is now well over 100 years old, so that's what you get. 100-year-old gun, 100-year-old design, excuse me. You're going to have more than a gun that was quote-unquote Glock. Which, by the way, I'd like to point out, if you look at the Glock's gotten probably 50 to 60 years of service under its belt in design, to law enforcement agencies all over the world, militaries all over the world carry it. So it's already an old design. So before the 1911 guys come out here hating on this, think very strongly that this gun replaced another gun. Well, the Glock has replaced this gun, but the Glock will soon one day be replaced, and you'll have people like me that they don't care if that's the gun that they'll pick up, that Glock. But that's just the way it is for me, the 1911. I don't have a baby brother to this one yet. My goal is to one day have that. But it will never be a gun for service. It'll be a barbecue gun. It'll be hopefully a retirement pistol. So the 1911, 2 World Wars, Korea, Vietnam, all the way into certain areas of our military. You can't beat it. It is the best shooting handgun I've ever shot, and it will continue to be so until something replaces it. But I have never yet found a gun to replace the way this handgun right here feels and fits in my hand. So ain't no school like old school. Be safe. Talk to y'all directly.